Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at something very impressive, but I've taken it one further and done something extremely silly with it. We see that in just a moment. But yes, this thing behind me is called the gravity elevator, which allows you to use a gigantic platform and take it all the way up 500 meters into the sky. Yes, this is what it is. This is your lovely platform. Land your ship down here, send up 500 meters, then you've got a much shorter distance to get up into space, saving you a bunch of fuel. Yes, what I have done is extend this all the way out, because what this is basically a space elevator, and what's a space elevator if it doesn't go all the way into space? And that is what I've done. So zooming this all the way out, all the way up, out the atmosphere, and all the way very close to an asteroid. I should have gone all the way up to the asteroid for more dramatic effect. But no, this keeps going and going and going until eventually I say, there it is the end of the elevator, where I put some steel blocks to make sure it does stop here, and there should be an asteroid somewhere in this direction, but it looks like it has despawned. But yes, while we're up here, what I'm going to mention, if you've never built from a planet into space before, there is basically a height cap on how far you can actually build out, before it simply stops you from building your grid any further. Now to get around that, what you can do is say build something on top of it, and simply drop it in place, because that will work, it'll land on top, and will hopefully work properly. That's what I did many years ago when I built a rail track from the Earth-like planet all the way to the moon. Yes, I built a singular rail track from the planet to the moon, drove all the way across to the moon, and well, that's a hell of a lot of fun to build, and hopefully this will work. Once again, I have not tested it, I've simply just dropped the top of this platform on top of the rest of it. Anyway, down to the bottom, in fact we just leave the free camera here, grab hold of my character, we're going to walk all the way up to this and actually start up the elevator, travel all the way up, and we're going to have a bit more of a talk about it and what's going on with it. But yes, this is created by Survival Ready, who's done many great things from the Steam Workshop. And we just got to come all the way around into here. Not really too much to talk about on this platform, but there is plenty of places for you to upgrade it, plenty of places for you to decorate it if you want to. Go through this doorway into this section, small little intermittent room. Then we can open up this doorway. Now with this doorway, we are going to pause slightly because there is this small little section that's going to jut out down here. So we've got ourselves a hangar bay door that will open up, go between these two wheels, and bridge across to this doorway right there. We now open it up, walk all the way across, close the door behind me, and then I'll now retract all the way back, separating this platform, which is going to be the one moving all the way up, from the static platform that stays down onto the planet. But yes, on this section right here, not too much to talk about. We can access this cargo container if we want to do that. But other than that, we walk up these steps, all the way around, and here we are on our main little platform. And so what I'm going to do is spawn in the good old Dex Fighter. There it is right there, copying and pasting this, and we're now going to drop it down onto the platform. There we go. I'm just going to come into here, turn off the power, and there we go, a nice little clonk as it explodes onto the platform. Yes, for the platform right here, we see a massive, almost ladder-like design that goes all the way up into the sky, with little rungs in between them, but as you'll see later on, the rungs will disappear, and that's where I started building myself, going all the way up into space. And then over to here, this is the very important part about this whole platform, and has this LCD screen and a little X right next to it. This X is going to tell you whether we can move up or down. So as to say press number 2, we're now going to unlock the connector, disconnect this platform. Now as you can see, it's changed to a green arrow pointing up, so we're now ready to move all the way up. And of course we press number 4, now change direction, telling the platform will now move all the way down when we hit the first button to start it up. So I'm going to turn that the other way around, lock it back in place so we stop moving around there, because as you saw, we will start to wander away when it is disconnected, so do be aware of that. Yes, over here on this platform, this is going to tell you if you're level and the speed you're travelling at. But without further ado, unlocking this, pressing number 1, and away we go. So by default, this platform will only go up to about 500 meters, and it will stop at about 100 meters, ignoring that explosion that just happened behind me, and that's done by the event controller. So if you wanted to stop at certain sections of this elevator, you have to set it up in the event controller, and it'll just come to a stop naturally, and will allow you to build different stuff at different places. Anyway, we're going to ignore that, press number 1 again, and continue up all the way into space. So this thing will travel about 50 meters per second. We cannot go any faster than that, due to the fact it will start to jutter around a little bit, and while it does run the risk of blowing up, so just leaving it as is, spawned in by default, is perfectly fine. Anyway, looking down to here at the ground, we see we're getting further and further away. But other than that, what I suppose I can do is bring the free camera all the way down to the ground, and yes, there will be a link to the Skybox description below. It's just a fancy one, that's not a real black hole in the background, it's just a static PNG. I'm just going to have a little looky down to here. I suppose what we can do very quickly now is just look over there. There we are, just keeping the camera still. And there goes up the elevator with a little Dex Fighter bobbling about. So it will take quite some time to go all the way up into space. and I might have to fast forward it a little bit when we come to that. Anyway, down to the bottom here, while I'm still travelling all the way up, plenty of time to actually catch up with it before it actually gets to the end of it. But yes, this is what we get for the very base of this thing, so it's very complicated, but not really too much going on with it. We've got wheels down here, that's little bump guards when we bring the platform all the way down. We see our doorway with our platform allows us to go all the way up and across to the platform. There's a connector that actually locks the platform in place, stop it from wandering around, and stop you from, say, wobbling off the platform when it is actually connected up. And then, of course, down to there is our hangar bay door that comes all the way across, and I did bridge across and walk to the platform. Putting away from this onto the side. There we go, so we see our little walkway that was originally the interior. That'll come all the way down to this doorway, which was also an interior that allows us to come all the way down to the very bottom. Then down into this section with a small little interior. Once again, that's our time block, and not too much else going on with it. Coming down underneath it, there we go. I suppose we can just move all the way up slightly. Bunch of antennas right there. Onto this part, this is simply all it is. We've got some LCD screen telling us our height, so that over here is 200 meters. Then all the way up to here, we then have 300, and so on and so forth. But now grab and hold my character once again. We're now going to just journey all the way up. I'll fast forward this, make sure it goes nice and quickly, because it's going to take quite some time to do, and there's not really too much else to talk about with this platform. So here we are, we're still travelling all the way up the elevator. Looking up to there, we see the sky slowly become darker as we approach space. Then looking down to the ground, there is the ice patch all the way in the distance where we started. We just about make out the base is quite hard. You probably won't be able to see it on YouTube due to the compression. It was bring free camera all the way over. Where had that gone? It's all the way up to here. So there is a space elevator and all the way down to the ground. Can we actually see the platform from down to here? And just about. Coming all the way up into space towards the end of it. And no, we can't see the platform from here, so we've got a long way to go. And here we are once again, so we're almost at the end of the journey. We can just about make out the end of this elevator. We can just about make out the square blocks that will cap this thing off to stop it from moving. We're looking all the way down. And yes, we're not going to be able to see the bottom of the gravity elevator anymore. It's completely out of rendered distance. We are slowly making our way all the way up. I'm really surprised that the Dex Fighter has not fallen off. Bring up the HUD, here we go, we're now at 0.31 G's of gravity. The elevator itself will stop at 0.17 G's of gravity because I did not want to go all the way up into space because it's going to take quite some time to do that. And well, for me, it's been almost an hour getting to this point, so for you, hopefully it'll be only about 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, and I'm going to go quiet again, fast forward it, and hopefully this will be the end of the journey. But I suppose what I will do, because I did notice that my character was wandering off by himself, is press G, come and find myself a seat, and plop that down onto the platform. There we go. Now we just keep going up like so. We're going to angle the camera, so it's just about how it was. And here we go until the end. Oh no, my Dex Fighter is falling off the platform. No, and it can't fly all the way up here because it's only got atmospheric thrusters on it. But there it goes all the way down to the ground. I suppose we will check in that at the end of the video, because there's not too much else to talk about with this thing. It's just a lovely elevator that you can, well, extend to your heart's content, take it all the way up to the moon, take it all the way up to another planet, if that's what you want to do. But yes, the poor Dex Fighter, I was really hoping that's going to last until the end, because I was going to drop it off at the very tippy top of this thing. But no, there it goes all the way down, and we can, well, no longer see it. It's now just a pixel in the distance. And back into my little chair, and back to silence as we travel all the way back up to the end of this thing. Oh, and well, I was going to say we're going to go back at the end of this thing. That was the point of no return. That was the point where we switched over to the elevator section that was not connected onto the base of this thing. How I did the massive train track that went from the planet to the moon. Basically just dropped it all the way on top of the other platform. But it looks like we did transfer over correctly. We might be falling all the way down to the ground. I'm not too sure. Might have to bring the free camera all the way up to actually see what's going on. So finding where it's gone, where is the platform, there it is right there. All the way down, is it still connected? I believe it is. And there we are, that looks so dodgy with how it's been placed on top. But yes, I just dropped it all the way down on the other platform because I could not build any further out from here. due to the planet's restrictions. And yes, we're going to keep going all the way up and up and up, zooming all the way up to here. Yes, there's really not too much more to go of this thing. Anyway, back to my character, back into the seat, no more distraction, we lost the Dex Fighter, we're past the point of no return, and it's time just to sit in silence, and now it really will be towards the end of the video. Oh, and here we go, it looks like we have got stuck. So grabbing hold of my character, looking all the way up, oh, we're so close. But looks like we have lost our thrust, we're no longer able to move this thing. Bringing the free camera all the way up so we can get a better look at what's going on here. Shouldn't be too hard to find a massive thing in the sky. There it is right there. And that's where we are. Oh no! It looks like we've been disconnected, we're now falling all the way down. Looks like my little connection point, the little transfer part, has failed. And we're now coming crashing back down to the planet. So looking up to here, here is the very end of it. And yes, we are now going back down to the planet. Oh no, here goes the platform's being destroyed. Can I get back into the chair? Activating auto dampers into the chair. And there we are. Oh, that is such a shame with that. Very quickly now, just checking how long this recording actually was. Well, it was only actually 37 minutes. That's a lot shorter than I was thinking. That's 37 minutes with all the bumbling parts that get edited out that you didn't get to sit through. That is a shame. I was so close to the end there. We lost the Dex Fighter halfway up. We made a successful transfer, but then something went wrong. When the gravity got too low, the wheels could not grip properly. And that's what caused the whole platform to, well, tip apart. And now we're now falling down to our deaths. But while we're falling all the way down, there is something that I did completely forget to do, which we're going to be doing to end this video, and that's to press F10 and find it in the spawn menu. So here we are, the gravity generator, or gravity elevator even, is 1,411 large blocks using no DLC packs, no mods, but it does use a couple of scripts, and no DLC packs. What you see here it states it's a functional redesign of the high velocity elevator by Aragav. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. The elevator can move up and down at certain speeds, as well as brake and resume movement in any given directions. Automatically stopping at points, floors are programmable using 2 event controllers, easily converts to an orbital elevator, which is what you've seen throughout this video, and it's been tested in survival mode on planets and moons. So here we see its PCU is 5,559, and we see its length, width, and height. So yes, there's a lot of stuff going on down the bottom here, so we're going to give this thing a thumbs up, look all the way down, how close are we to the ground? Well, we're getting closer and closer and closer. I suppose while we're waiting for this thing to slam into the ground, I can find the free camera, come all the way down. Oh, that's such a shame. I spent so long travelling up that thing for that to happen right there and then. Perhaps I should have used merge blocks, but then again, connecting up a very long platform together would lead to massive performance issues, even on a high-end PC. No, there is a Dex Fighter. And it looks like it's still in roughly one piece for such a massive fall to the ground, and because we are on the alien planet, it looks like it could be salvaged and flown away. Anyway, grabbing hold of my character once again. Back before we do that, looking all the way up, can we see it? No, we cannot. So grabbing hold of this, and looking all the way down, we are slowly closing in. We're moving at 104 meters per second. The damage is turned off. I suppose what I could do is, while we're over here, so I'll turn myself all the way around, and get a better look at this section, or at least what's remaining of this section, we will come all the way down to the ground. So behind the HUD here, looking over here, our LCD screen has gone. One has survived, but it's currently offline. There's our remote controller block. All the way down these steps, down to the bottom of this platform. Has anything survived down here? It looks like most of it has survived, and that's massive frame drops. Not too sure what's going on there, but I presume the bottom of the space elevator has connected to the ground. It's now crumbling down into it. Massive, massive frame drops. I think I'm going to go back into my chair for safety reasons. But coming all the way up here, yes, that is sim speed. That's definitely sim speed. That's having the crippling performance effect. And there we go. The game has crashed. That's an unfortunate end, but luckily I did go through the F10 menu so you can see who created it. But I suppose that'll be that for this video. Hopefully that did successfully record. And well, as for that, I suppose I'll end it there. It's a fantastic thing to use in your world if you do wish to download and play around it yourself. And I highly recommend just checking it out yourself. Perhaps don't go too crazy like I did in this video. And well, there's a link to the description below if you do wish to download and play around it yourself, as well as a link to the Skybox I'm currently using. And I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.